So a little bit of a recap from last week, and I'm excited the follow up. You know, we're really starting to get to the nitty gritty. This is the last time we would see the TBS show before the bash started. July 1st in Philadelphia. So just a couple of days after this,
right?
The stadium tour begins, man.
Good stuff. How about Tony Schiavone saying, "Oh, Philadelphia in the bash."
World Championship Wrestling. I'm David Crockett, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Cornette, Big Bubba.
Well, you know, Tony and David, I thought I'd come out here. I'd be the co-host today because the Great American Bash is just around the co-host. That's right, whole thing. Great American Bash is just around the corner, the biggest party of the summer. You can see I'm already with my papers. I'm going to tell everybody about it because you two are doing a mediocre job, but this calls for a great job. And besides that, I'm going to tell everybody what's going to happen to Baby Doll during that Great American Bash because let me tell you something, darling. You're so fat, when you stand on a street corner, cops come up and tell you to break it up, and I'm going to wear some of that weight off of you, and I'm going to finish you once and for all. And tonight, as a matter of fact, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dolly's boys, Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA, they're going to find out what it's like to cross the tag team champions of the world. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
The cops come along and say, "Hey, break it up."
He's got them all, man. He had all the one-liners, all the jokes, everything, man. Nobody was like him. Nobody. There was never, I don't think there'll ever be another one like him.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Just a talent, a major, major talent. And we were all better for him being on TBS. We were. Don't think that Jim Cornette and his Midnight Express were a big part of our success, because they were. As much as Dusty Flair, I mean, good God, that Rock and Roll Express thing was a big deal. Here's Sam Houston. Saw Sam on Dark Side of the Ring. He's aged a little bit, hasn't he?
Well, who hadn't?
Who hadn't? Yeah. I know, you 40-year-old goof. Wow, how about that? See, Sam was pretty good, man.
Why are you saying I'm a 40-year-old goof?
Maybe because you are. I don't know.
Well, I'm 40, but I don't know that I go so far as to call me a goddamn goof.
Well, it's just, I've heard people say that.
About me?
Yeah, about you. Not me. I wouldn't say that. I'd never say that, but I've heard people regard you as a 40-year-old goof.
Those people must be haters. Casio. They probably have Facebook.
Paul Bromwell. Sorry, I was choking there a little bit.
Were you choking on these nuts?
Okay, so here we got the Midnight Express, and you know what was different about what we're seeing this week? Last week's show, we had like an hour show, or right. Actually, without the commercial, ended up being 30 minutes of watch time. But they're putting in a little time here, aren't they?
Yeah, totally different match.
Yeah,
and different opponents too.
Sure.
You know,
guys that can go.
And Sam Houston.
Yeah, guys can go, and they're selling for him a little bit here too. George, who became a pretty good trainer in his day. I know Big Swole will agree.
I didn't know she was a George guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's very cool.
And
so Tony, what's your next big goal in life? You told us last week you were thinking about getting a Range Rover. If you wind up pulling the trigger on the Range Rover, and we hope you do, because we love to see you get in debt. What's next?
Well, let's see. We need a new driveway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how much those. I don't know how much those cost. About $5,000, maybe.
Oh no, it's more than that.
Is it really?
I don't care.
And most of them not only say, do they want Baby Doll to get her hands on you, but most of them say,
when she does, they think she can take care of you.
Well, let me tell you something. The majority of the people that write cards and letters to this program, obviously, because I've seen some of them, don't think at all. But if you do think, I'll give you something to think about. Baby doll is a dead duck during the Great American Bash because I've had it. I've had it with all the things she's been saying. I've had it with all her idle threats. I've had it with all her false accusations. She's got no place in professional wrestling, and she's not going to be in professional wrestling when the Great American Bash season is over with, baby doll. I promise you that. If you think your friends are going to help you, you're sadly mistaken. And always remember one more thing, baby doll. Even when you can't see Bubba, Bubba can see you.
Fans, we're coming right back right after this.
That was creepy.
Yeah, it was.
Even when you can't see Bubba, Bubba can see you. That's almost like a Santa Claus thing.
Or Bubba in the closet.
Oh.
Jim Cornette along with Big Bubba with you.
You know, this job is easier than I thought, Tony Schiavone, but let me come on in here, Bubba. I want to talk about Big Bubba Rogers right now. Shut up, you idiots. My personal bodyguard, the invincible, the indestructible, the invulnerable Bubba Rogers. He's here to make sure that no harm comes to me. Thanks to Mama for sending him down. Thank you, Mama. And look at this right here. The classic example of you don't mess around with Bubba. Dusty Rhodes, American Dream, modern day John Wayne, took his best shot with a lethal weapon. Couldn't phase Bubba, couldn't put Bubba down. And Dusty, you better watch out. You better mind your back because Bubba's mad at you now. And you wouldn't like Bubba when he's mad, Dusty.
Okay, there's something I want to bring up right here, Jim. We have seen your...
It's not breakfast.
We've seen your public workout, haven't we?
Yes,
we've seen your public workout. There's another lady, the Perfect 10, a very special lady who just recently had her own little workout. We want all the fans.
You can't show something like that on television.
We want all the fans take a look at it right now.
Oh my God. It is a baby doll
workout
video. Somebody figured out. Oh, listen to this.
Is currently starting the greatest challenge of his entire career during the Great American Bash. Can he defend the World Heavyweight title 14 times against the 14 top challengers, something no other NWA champion has ever done? I think he can, and so does he. And after you listen to this interview, I think you'll agree with me that Ric Flair is going to be the World Heavyweight champion.
The Great American Bash are going to kick off around this world. And when that bell rings in Philadelphia, the first man to go down is going to be none other than the Road Warrior Hawk. And then we're going to Dusty Rhodes, and we're going to Road Warrior Animal. We're going to Wahoo McDaniels, Ronnie Garvin, Morton Gibson. Then we're going to jump on big man Nikita Cola. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, around the world, they're saying today that Ric Flair has got to wrestle the best 14 men there are in the greatest sport in the world. He's got to defend this 14 times in 30 days against all odds. Well, let me tell you how it is. When you're the top gun, when you're the world champion, when you're Slick Rick, when you're the man, it really makes no difference because above all else, you see, the one thing that I am that nobody else is I'm the champ. And when I come through those airports, the sky caps are hollering, here come the champ. You know who they're talking about? They're talking about Ric Flair because there's only one world champion. There's only one man who's custom made from head to toe. There's only one man who's a kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun. And that's the world champion. So 14 of you, you got your best shot ahead of you. You all have got the opportunity to be where I already have been and gonna stay. 14 dates, the world champion. And in 14 dates, you're gonna know why I'm the champ. Woo!
He's having fun, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Good stuff. Did a lot of those seemingly interviews done earlier. Oh, here's a buddy.
Oh, there's Shaska. Oh man, how great is he in the white? Oh, by the way, here's the deal. The reason is because the day before, as we mentioned, he was in Salt Lake.
Right.
So he's in Utah defending the belt the night before. No chance to get back in time for TV. By the way, believe it or not, later that day, the very same day this is happening, we would have a show from Jim Crockett Promotions in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Flair and Garvin in the main event. Bobby and Dennis taking on Dusty and Magnum.
Wow.
The Road Warriors in there with the Russians. Wahoo's going to fight Tully Blanchard to a no contest. Dick Murdoch with Steve Regal. And here's my favorite. Jackson Brody was in a losing effort against Hillbilly Tudor, who we know is Cassio Kid's dad. Hillbilly Tudor.
What?
Hillbilly Tudor shirts are available now at boxinggimmicks.com. Hillbilly Tudor. What's your favorite Hillbilly Tudor match?
I don't remember Hillbilly Tudor.
He was the champion of the little known Albuquerque Wrestling Club.
Uh-huh.
A little disappointed you don't know much about Hillbilly Tudor.
Oh man. There you go.